This week on the Unqualified Gamers Podcast, the boys go over a new raffle going on, Shroud's new game Spectre, and Lee and Lee's new power supply. Episode 79, boys and girls.
Is it actually 79? I was guessing.
It's 79. It's 79.
Wow.
79. You did. That was a good guess. I'll tell you that.
79.
79.
Yeah, it was a good
No,
guess.
actually, I am going to leave it on wide just because. Oh, you can't really see it, but like right over my shoulder, right
I
here.
can see him. Her.
The new puppy that you went and drove to get last week.
It is.
Yeah.
It's the reason I wasn't here. I actually had made it home, like right as you guys were starting. But if I had just come straight in, I couldn't have done like the introductions, and it just would have been a shit show. If I
Just say you didn't want to do the podcast. Just say you didn't want to do it. That's all you gotta say. Yeah, it's fine. You can just say that. See,
It's
even
cool,
he's
man.
calling you on your bullshit. New puppy knows.
New puppy knows a lot. Like new puppy is smart. Little too smart, actually.
Struggles on the walk, but that's all right. Well,
Yeah,
good news is with episode 79. So what we've decided to do, I kind of want to get this out there just so people are aware. For the next 3 episodes, so 79, 80, 81, what we're going to do is we're going to be basically holding a raffle. Every comment you leave,
we should have talked about
is
this
a ticket.
before, just to like hash it out again. But let's go.
Well,
Let's do it.
we don't really need to hash it out on the back end. We'll whatever later. We'll figure it out. But
Yeah.
for the most part,
What do you mean hashing out?
yeah. What do we need to hash
What,
out?
do you actually think shit in here is planned?
Yeah,
Come on.
we had
Come
a
on.
conversation about it yesterday, and then after I hung up, I'm like, I don't think I know what we agreed to do. But all right.
Oh,
let's go.
I've got it. I
Okay,
actually
okay.
remember things.
Okay.
So basically, what we're gonna do is for the next 3 episodes, if you leave a comment is basically like an entry, and it's not like a limited comment thing. Like you can't comment and then reply, and it doesn't count as another. Like every time you comment, you get an entry. So I'll look at the shorts that we post, the videos we have, and everyone can enter. So leave comments, share it, like it, all that good
This
stuff.
is for a T-shirt giveaway, by the way.
T-shirt giveaway. Yep,
Yeah.
we're gonna have T-shirts. We're gonna give up to at least 3 as of right now. We've got 3. If we get enough comments, we might actually go for maybe 4 or 5 T-shirts. So
Yeah, we'll give out. Also, if we are at where are we at on YouTube subs right now? I can't open
400
it up.
and 400 and something. Of course you can't. I'll look it up.
471, I believe, is what we're at. Maybe 472.
It
if-
was 471 last time I looked.
If we hit 500 subs before we record that following podcast, so the next 3 podcasts, 79,
472.
80, and 81, we will donate. We will give away 10 shirts to viewers.
Jesus.
We'll bump it up to 10 automatically.
If
shirts, so we need
if we get
Another 28.
500 subs,
28 more subs. Yep,
All right.
28 more subs.
so grab your wife's phone, your husband's phone, your kids' phones, subscribe to our YouTube, and we will give away 10 shirts.
All right, I'm putting
A lot of
Bean
shirts.
Batty and Harley down then, because yeah. Do you think they come in like extra, like
You-
12x
You can't
S for
you-
like puppy?
You can't win.
I'm not going to win. Like I'm good with that.
He's gonna win.
No. I'm wondering if I can get her a shirt. There. I'm wondering if I can get her a shirt. Like, how awesome would that look?
I'll bet you if you got the clothing right, you could. My sister would be able to do it. If you got like a puppy shirt, my sister could put one on a puppy shirt.
Yeah.
I bet she could do it.
I'm just wondering if how cute would she look as a mascot for this thing?
Did you see the last episode, the very end? My sister made my daughter a onesie.
Oh yes. Yes.
Yes.
So now imagine that, but also
Yeah.
as a puppy. What if we got them both together? Daughter and puppy
Also,
both in
everybody
matching-
that
gear.
wins shirts will
Mhm.
get free Unqualified Gamer stickers. Also,
That's a win. That's a
I
win.
found
in
another
itself.
stack of them last night, like
Did
a
you?
fucking stack. Yeah. So
I need to order some. That's what
so
I'm
yeah,
gonna
I
do.
will.
Either way.
I'll throw in a couple of stickers with each one, and yeah,
Sounds like
rep,
sounds
you
like
know,
a plan.
put the stickers out in public.
I did get yelled at today by my staff.
For
Never mentioning them in the podcast. So I always leave work early on Thursdays to make sure I'm home on time for the podcast. Not really early. I mean, I leave about the same time that
So you screw
everybody
your
else in the
coworkers
office
over.
leaves. Well, no, because my job doesn't really entail how they do their job. I just kind of help them and make sure that we're doing things a certain way.
Okay.
But I mean, sometimes yes, I do stay and try and help them get
Yeah.
orders out or whatever it is. Either
Right,
way, but
right.
Thursdays
Just-
they know is my podcast
Just
day.
not on Thursday because you're kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah, Thursdays I'm the piece of shit. Right, absolutely. And they make sure that I know. And then whenever I leave, they're going, "You going to podcast?" And I'm like,
I
"Sure am."
think that if they're listening, you guys should riot and overthrow Kai.
So when he said coworkers, like the first time, I didn't realize he meant actual work coworkers. I thought he meant you, Cece.
Oh,
So he's just like,
no.
yeah. I never mentioned him, and I'm like, well, I mean, he's just kind of there.
He's kind of there.
It's
Yeah.
kind of hard to miss
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. I'm right here.
He's like
No.
I think that you guys should riot.
4'6" and like 4'6" tall and like 4'6" round.
Jesus Christ.
From what I know
Got
of too,
some-
all four of them, I mean, they all support the podcast. Like they have the stickers. They'll watch from what I know of, all four of them watch it.
Mhm.
Jesse, Yashira, Mildred, and Madi or Magdalene
Yeah.
all watch it. They have the stickers on, and they support it. So that, I mean, that's always a plus. They not only let me go early on Thursdays, but
I don't
support
think
the
they have
podcast
much
as
of a
well.
choice in it.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard because
It's kind of fucked up.
Hefe, Hefe over here. But I mean,
God.
they do an amazing job. We always end the day with no more orders to send out. Which
Okay,
is
I have an idea.
a
I have an
pretty big
idea
deal,
now.
so.
I have an idea to make this right. Since you screw them all over every Thursday, from now on you should bring donuts or something every Thursday morning to kind of make up for it.
Do you guys have a Krispy Kreme like near you or anything like that? Or
We don't have a Krispy Kreme. We have a Dunkin' Donuts on my way to work.
Dunkin's
they don't
fine.
necessarily care for the donuts though. Like every time I brought in donuts, they
Oh, what do they like?
hit or miss.
okay,
so.
then get them snack bacon. Like,
Snack
the dog treat?
bacon. What the fuck is that, Zeus?
have you
Like
have
tactical
you not?
canned bacon?
Candied bacon.
Yeah, it's like
it's
candied
bacon.
Yeah, but at Dunkin', it's called snack bacon.
Oh,
Oh,
I've
it
never
comes-
heard
I
of it.
didn't know that. Oh, you can get a cup of snack bacon.
Yeah, well,
You get a
it comes
couple
in like
of
the
like
little.
chai teas, bring
Okay.
fucking help the
Let
ladies
me
out.
let me just say that. Let me just say this. Okay, first of all, the snack bacon from Dunkin' just sounds scary. It sounds scary.
I
Let's be
want to
honest.
fucking
it's
go
actually-
get
it's
one
actually-
right now.
It's really good.
Is it really good?
It is
Okay,
really
well,
good.
Think you guys can
Yashira
handle
is
this
very
while I go?
Yashira is very picky. Okay, so if I bring anything, she's gonna have to be made aware of it, and she's gonna have to let me know if it's okay or not because she's very picky. So in order for me to start buying them breakfast, I'm gonna have to start making like a decent amount off the podcast because I'm leaving.
What, you're not
In a
happy
sense-
with what we already make?
I could use a little bit more if I'm gonna start dishing the profits out. Yeah. That would
Wait,
be-
are you
be nice.
saying that you're doing this for the money?
Money is nice if I'm going to be buying people food.
My
because of the
respect for
podcast, I'm
you
gonna need-
is just.
If I'm going to start handing out money for doing the podcast, I'm going to need money coming in from the podcast. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't want to
can't just
brag,
start-
but I think we've made like 18 cents.
At
All right,
least. At least 18
that's like maybe some of the seasoning for the sack bacon. So
That's 4 cents a piece
I
at
mean,
least.
that's earnings. That's earnings.
4.5 cents. Yeah. So I guess I could use my 4 cents to buy them something for sure. Yeah. Maybe get
Yeah.
them each like a lollipop from the doctor's office type of thing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Figure it out. Spread
I'll
the
fi- I'll
wealth a
figure
little
it out.
bit, you know?
Yeah. Everybody at the office gets a penny. That's a good idea. Tell
Well,
them
then you
not to
wouldn't
spend
get
it all in
one.
one place. I wouldn't get one. No, I would
Yeah.
share all my profits
Yeah.
with my
you
workers.
would,
yeah.
you would share all your pennies.
No, that's cool,
Yeah.
man. That's good. You're
Yeah.
good. You're a good boss.
I know. Paul, they tell me that all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's
Don't
jealous. He doesn't hear it. I hear it.
Don't
It's
lie.
fine.
Dude, my work has been fucking weird lately. I've been stuck in the office and I fucking hate it.
Mm.
Because I work with fucking old guys who don't like air conditioning. It's like
I don't like
80
air
fucking
conditioning.
degrees in there and I'm fucking miserable all goddamn day.
Well, don't you know that the AC money comes straight out of their wallet, not the businesses? So
Apparent fuckingly. Literally
tell you what.
these guys tell me their electric bill is like $60 a month. Ours is like $400. And
See,
I don't
yeah.
give a fuck.
The girls want me to close my office door and let the AC from like it's attached part of another building and it just comes in and
Yeah.
blows whatever they have the temperature set at and want me to fill up my office with cold air. I hate that because every time I go out into the office and start working, and then I come back into the office, it's freezing cold, and then I'm going to catch pneumonia
Oh, please.
and bronchitis. And I'm
So,
just
okay,
going to, no.
I don't think that's
I
true.
leave the door open. What do you mean
I
you
don't
don't
think
to go from hot to cold to hot to cold?
Yeah, I don't. I read somewhere that that's not how you get sick. You have to get a virus of some type to get sick.
Well, you weaken your immune system by fluctuating in a
That
constant
that
flux.
could be, but yeah, I don't know.
Constant flux.
Like,
Now, going into the
it's
cold
bullshit.
actually is supposed to strengthen your immune system, but to go from cold to hot to cold to hot to cold, it puts it in so much of a shock or something like that. It messes with your. I'm not.
I thought it was just the reason you didn't really get sick when it was cold, other than like pneumonia and stuff you were bringing up, hypothermia, was because the viruses and bacteria don't really survive well in
I think you're
the
right.
cold.
Look, I'm no anesthesiologist. All right, so I couldn't tell you.
I don't think that means what you think it means.
I have no idea what it means. I
don't
just
think
throw
it
out
means-
random scientific terms. All right, I don't know
Dude,
what they are. I just throw
He's
out
from
random names.
Florida. We're lucky he's not
Yeah.
smoking bath salts, eating people's faces. Okay.
Yeah. you should be
Oh,
happy.
speaking of eating people's faces, I am now the proud owner, as I showed Judge before, of this little puppy dog. She is great. Her name is Tia Beanie.
Mm-hmm.
If you have ever seen the show Disenchantment on Netflix,
No.
it's by the creators of Futurama, but instead of being
Okay.
futuristic, it's much more medieval type things.
Yeah, you've told me about
Okay.
it, but I haven't heard it.
And one of the characters is Princess Tia Beanie, and so she has a single toe bean that is pink. And I don't know why. I said, "Oh, here, you know what? I'm just doing this. You guys can.
I'm just
go for a
doing
sec.
this.
Come here, Bean.
I'll tell you what I
What
did
show do you
watch though.
What?
I watched the second season of Halo.
Oh, finally.
I know. I wanted to see why it was so horrible, and that I could compare it to why people didn't like it from the game. That is kind of funny.
That's it. That's the only one.
So,
her belly's pink.
So
this is
you,
Bean.
she is fucking cute, dude.
She's
give
cute.
you that.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I'm gonna put you down.
did you see what I said with like him fighting outside of the armor was fucking stupid?
Oh yeah, it was like there was a whole episode, or kind of like two, like him
Fucking
outside
dumb.
the armor. What? Wait,
I don't know
was
why
he
they did it.
Captain America for a minute? I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Here's another thing that I didn't like. I mean, at the very end, they showed like the flood coming about
When they killed the Arbiter?
Killed the. I was like, he works with the Arbiter in the game,
right? I know.
What is happening now? I understand why they're and the flood. The flood was already there from like the past, not from like the scientist right then and there.
Yeah,
Like,
but like
they had to
that,
go in and fight the flood.
I kind of liked the way that they started the flood because it
I mean,
was
it's
an
not. It
infection,
wasn't a
so.
horrible way, but
Yeah.
I mean, they had to go in to where
You haven't seen
the
this yet, have
Oracle
you?
was.
The Halo show?
Nope.
No,
I had
no idea.
no idea. I was talking puppy, and all of a sudden, I came back to
We said your puppy
Captain
was
America
cute,
and the
but
flood, and I had
said-
no clue where the
we said
fuck this was going.
we said your puppy was cute, but we started talking about Halo. Yeah, I don't know. I can see why it didn't get renewed though.
Yeah, I mean, if so, and here's another confusing part. So you're introduced into the flood when you go into the library, and you're following the Oracle into different sections of the library, right?
Yeah.
That's when you find the flood, and all of a sudden, it's like they were both combined into one episode, but two different worlds entirely.
Yeah, but
You
like
know.
the flood just comes out of nowhere in the game too, though.
Does it?
Yeah, I just played.
We go to
the
the ancient. We go to this ancient library in the Halo, and all of a sudden the flood's there, and it's like, oh
Yeah.
shit, here's this ancient.
But it starts taking
thing.
over people and shit. Like it's like a virus that gets released, kind of.
Right.
thing.
But
Yeah.
you go. It's almost like Prometheus, right? When they find
Yeah.
that crash ship or whatever, and then they let out the aliens. Same kind of
Right.
thing. Flood on the Halo ring in the ancient temple or ancient library. But I mean,
Is fucking
The-
House of the Dragon anywhere on this list?
no, it's not. We talked about that last week. Unless you got something new, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
You're in
Not really.
So no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you finish it?
I did, and
What the fuck? HBO?
No, that's what I'm saying. Is that there's nothing to talk about.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
thought
but
you-
like,
Wasn't Cece just super excited about
Dude,
it?
yeah, because
yes,
everything pointed to major shit happening in the finale.
correct.
Major fucking shit happening. Like
yes,
like
100%.
Rhaenyra was gonna take the throne, and
Hold on.
the
Just
blacks were gonna.
make sure that you're
Wow.
make sure that
Whoa.
you are being
Whoa.
vague, just in case any of our viewers.
Yeah, I mean,
haven't.
if you haven't seen it yet, well, I mean, if you, we're not, I'm not gonna say what
Right.
did it. I can't say what did happen because this would be it.
That's it.
Huh. Okay. Yep. That's a good.
No,
one.
no, and every single episode, I've been saying it since probably episode 3. They spend at least, I'm gonna say, 2 minutes of just deadpan on Rhaenyra's face doing nothing.
Yeah.
And one of them was kind of cool during the whole the dragon pit thing. I'm not giving any spoilers at all whatsoever.
Right.
So I mean that was like a cool zoom in on her face.
Yeah.
But what's his face up at the fucking castle just walking around?
Damon so the only good thing that happened, in my opinion, was I'm not going to say what was said. There was a good conversation between Rhaenyra and Alicent.
Yes.
Good conversation, which if you read the books, you know what happens anyway. And then the best part about it, I watched it 5 times last night because Bree fell asleep Sunday watching it. Really weird that she fell asleep watching it. But Damon's vision. I believe he had the Conqueror's vision, but it was really good. But like HBO fucked us big time because the season 3 doesn't come out until 2026.
Is that HBO's fault or is that the producer's fault?
HBO's producing it, so they're making the show. So yeah, fucking dicks.
The whole thing is, it's like
you're lucky that Gold Rush is on HBO, or I'd fucking cancel it. It's the best show on TV, Gold Rush. Just saying.
Fucking white trash. Jesus
I am white
Christ.
trash, dude. I love that fucking show. But yeah, it fucking pissed me
The thing is,
off.
that like all of the stuff is set in stone. The entire history has already been written. I mean, you could even go.
There's been quite a few changes though, from the books to this show. There's been quite a few changes.
Well, I mean, even if you just go back to Game of Thrones and like season 3 or something like that, Joffrey's sitting there with his I forget the queen's name, the super hot one,
Marjorie.
And thank you. And they're just like looking down into like the crypts, you know, and it's just like literally the entire finale and everything for this was already said, you know, what is that?
Oh, no, that's
8 years ago.
That's not even.
Were they
close
on the east
to
side or the west side?
So the east side, the west side. So there's the blacks.
Well, I mean,
and the
he
greens.
said they were looking down at the crypts. Was it the crypts or the bloods?
So,
you know?
so basically, in Game of Thrones, Joffrey tells Marjorie that Rhaenyra was killed by her brother's dragon, which is supposed to happen. Don't know if it'll happen in the show, but that's not the end. So like, that's not even close to the end.
Her name sounds like fake butter.
Yeah, Marjorie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Tyrell,
the receptionist at my dentist looks just like her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she is.
Maybe she is her. You should ask.
Maybe she.
I'm pretty sure she gets it a lot, and it's not. There's enough differences there, but super cute. You know,
Next time
my
you see her,
dentist.
just be like, you still want to be the queen? Third time?
No, we're not. We're not.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden, 6 teeth of his go missing. I mean,
Yeah, right.
Sometimes you got to risk it, but sometimes you don't, and I think that's one of the times that don't. Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted
one thing to hopefully
say that fucking sucked.
Well, you know, your choices.
Yeah.
One thing I'm hoping that will really bring us maybe a little bit more of a profit is the Sakai Case mini foldable keyboard. Now, this thing is amazing, right? It has Bluetooth capabilities for your Android, your tablet, iPad, iPhones. Has magnetic connecting parts, which includes a stand for your phone while you're using it or your tablet. It charges and lasts for approximately a month. I don't know if that's on constant use or if it's left on and not touched.
Okay.
But also
just a mini foldable keyboard that you found.
He just likes it because Kai is in the name.
It can a great reason to like it. It's a great reason to like it. It also connects up to 3 different devices. So you could connect it to a tablet, your phone, another phone, something like that, and you just do a function to switch between the devices, and then you can continue typing on whichever device you pick. You know how nice this will be for doing notes on my phone? You're welcome in advance. I think this will be great for people who are traveling.
Keyboard.
No, listen, I'm not saying play games with it. If you're a traveling like sales rep or something like that, and you're trying to take notes, or say you have like some sort of lecture or something you're going to, and you just have your phone, you can go on your you go into your notes on your iPhone, you connect this keyboard, notes. Easily.
Okay, what do you do when you connect to your iPhone? What after that?
Notes
Oh my god.
instantly. I'm telling you, this is a device you're gonna want. Okay, this is one. Don't you travel for work? Don't you go out and try and sell things?
All the
You want to put
things
notes?
that you've brought on the this is the worst.
This is the best one.
The
best
fucking
one.
worst.
This
All right.
keyboard is legit.
Going back to your sound of the connecting, you sounded like the dude from Team America just now.
That's why that dude from Team America is me. First of all, second of all, I might get this. It's only like $50, but use code Unqualified Gamers for no discount because I didn't do anything with them. But maybe they'll see it and they'll be happy, and Sakai will be like, "Your name's Kai. We're Sakai. This can work." You know, and then breakfast for my team. I mean. Can you lose that way? You can't. You can't lose. I feel like they'll be reaching out here soon. I'll get a random email. Don't worry about it, guys. I was gonna send out my email, but just email the podcast. We're good.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
I see that too.
Thanks for that. I appreciate that, Kai. That's really helpful.
You're welcome.
That was
you
really
see, you're
helpful.
You know what? You know what's funny though is because last time I mentioned like one of the things I mentioned were the monitor arms, and what did you end up doing?
He's got a point.
I mean,
don't. Yeah, you said.
But I also
and then
make
what'd you do?
bad financial decisions. So.
You make.
Right,
I mean,
so now you're going to look at this
see
keyboard. You're going to
a
look at
bad
this
financial
keyboard.
decision behind him.
And yes,
the podcast can't see that actually. So
the 3D printer.
Yeah, they can't see it.
Was that one? Was that the brand new one though?
That's the brand new one. It's fucking awesome.
Okay, so that one's an okay financial decision.
Oh,
the
it's
other
fucking
two,
amazing, dude.
The other two,
I'm printing so much shit that I don't need, and it
doesn't stop running.
So much fun.
You always snap me with like how it's running, and then every time we're in some sort of cam, it's running. So I mean,
yeah, I did fuck it up though because like you put like glue on the bed plate, and I stopped cleaning it, so it's got like a thick fucking glue on there. So I bought a new bed plate for it, so that I'm gonna when I finally get the new one in, I'm gonna clean this one.
Are you one of those people?
After every use.
Are you one of those people that would rather buy a new car than just wash the one you currently own?
No, but like if I'm gonna take that fucker upstairs and like really wash it, it's gonna be down for like hours.
He did almost buy a new tractor before just putting gas in it. I'm just
no,
I
did. I did not do that. I did take the fucking
he was gonna
spark
fix
plug
the
out,
entire engine for that tractor before.
I did tear it apart before I realized that it had no gas in it. And I did FaceTime Kai after that because I was like, yeah, it didn't have any gas in it. So
yeah, it was great times.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it's going well. So I still haven't figured out how to design my own 3D images yet. So if anybody knows how to do that, let me know because I want to do that. But
all right.
So there's a lot of shit. I did see Deadpool and Wolverine last Thursday.
I heard it's great. I heard it's an amazing movie.
Fucking awesome. I better than the first one even.
Huh?
Yeah. I really liked it. I thought it was really good. Thought the story they chose was really good.
I have seen a couple like snippets of Channing Tatum playing Gambit.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of that, but I'm hoping the rest of the movie is good.
If you were a fan of the X-Men and a fan of Gambit, I think that you would really like him as Gambit.
I liked the Gambit
his suit and everything. I like the Gambit
like the other
in
X-Men Origins.
Wolverine. Yeah, he was awesome. Yeah,
that was great.
I like him better than Channing Tatum.
Yeah,
but the costume that Channing Tatum had was correct.
More to the actual. Yeah, it looked more like Gambit. Yeah, I give you that. But
I also like the Deadpool better than the Deadpool from Marvel Wolverine's Origins because that was.
I think everybody.
Yeah,
I think that's a hands down.
You know what? That's pretty universal. Yeah.
I mean, the mouth was glued over like Neo in the Matrix, and then he had his arms had the swords. Like,
it was pretty bad.
Let's not do that. Spectre.
Let's see. So Spectre. So that's Shroud's game he's been working on for 2 years in secret. No, I've heard about this before.
Has it been a secret though?
Yeah, no, I've heard about it before. Right?
I mean, he hasn't given any no real updates for it or anything like that. We know that he's been working on something for the longest time.
Right.
I think that's what he meant by like kind of secretly working on it is he didn't like. You knew he was working on something, but you didn't
Mm-hmm.
know anything about
Yeah.
what he was working on.
I still
You
haven't
know,
really
like when
seen
Doctor
anything
Disrespect would
about
come
it.
out with like random, like we laid out the map and we got these
Yeah.
boxes.
Oh,
Whatever. you know.
Is it out?
so
Is it released?
I don't. It's not out yet. It's supposed to be coming out. Free to play. I think you can get. You can request access to play it, to
Okay.
test it out and be in the beta. But
So one of the coolest things about that was the duality. So
Yes.
you actually control, I guess, like 2 players,
right.
and at any point you can switch between them to then continue on with whatever you're doing. So just imagine something like Search and Destroy with 6 people normally, but it's now 3 people, right?
Yeah.
It's
With
3v3.
Yeah.
each person has a Spectre. Yeah.
But each person has a Spectre, so that each person has a second thing somewhere else on the map that you can move. So you
Yep.
could like place your dude behind a box somewhere and have another one like watching the angle that this guy is at, and you could switch back and forth, basically covering your back.
Correct.
So
They did say there was a guy who did talk about this. I mean, one, you have to like throw your Spectra out with like some sort of throwable, whatever it is. But I mean, you could throw that anywhere and then run off. But they said that like the first, like the newer kind of people with FPS shooter games, survival games, is they're probably just gonna throw them behind them. Once they die, they're gonna bring out the Spectre and just start shooting with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
As to where more advanced people are gonna set up different angles to allow them to obviously maneuver based on movement.
it sounds a little like God, what the fuck was the name of the game now?
I give up. What?
Nope, I forget. But
Okay.
basically it's like a mix between any
Valorant.
of the first person shooters and Portal.
Mm.
And you can
kinda.
actually set these portals up and you can walk through them to get to different parts of the map. And I was watching a tournament of it one day. It's called Splitgate. Splitgate?
Yeah. Splitgate. Yep.
And I was watching a tournament, and these guys, because they know exactly where these things are going, they'd fire a portal, they'd fire 2 portals, step through it, fire another one, and then just step backwards into the one that they just fired up in a totally different area. And they could get to the other side of the map within, like, I don't know, 2.5 seconds by just portal hopping back and forth. I don't know if it's going to be something like that.
Okay.
But
Well, you won't be able to, because I mean you're only able to throw it so far. It's not like
I'm feeling like it's gonna be a CS:GO kind of Valorant.
It looks like a Valorant. It looks like a Valorant shooter.
Because
just
it's Shroud.
you've got
so.
2 characters, yeah. But you will have like I saw he had Ricochet. There was like Ricochet on, so you could shoot the wall and it'd bounce off and hit somebody.
Yeah.
You could shoot through the boxes, so instead of like everybody just hiding behind a box and just getting cover from it, rounds went through it all the way across too. So people couldn't constantly just stand there.
They said that the aiming in it is going to be more intuitive, not like Valorant or CS, where you'll actually be able to move while shooting. It's not going to be completely
right.
You're not going to have to just like stop and crouch to shoot. You're not going to have as much accuracy, but you're supposed to have more. It's not going to be like Overwatch level of hit scan while you're moving, but you're going to be able to move while shooting.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm looking forward to. That was the one huge thing about Valorant that I couldn't get into, was that in order to have any type of accurate shots, you had to completely stop moving and just hope that you weren't in the line of fire of someone that was already in position.
Yeah, and you never had like red dots or anything. It was always just crosshair, unless you had a sniper. Then you got a scope. But I mean, I hated that. That was one thing I always hated, was just like, oh, I've got this crosshair to look at instead of aiming at my scope.
Yeah, I got an ADS. Like, it throws me off. So I just hopped on Steam because I wanted to bring up a game that it's just released in beta. It's gonna be releasing soon. It's called Delta Force.
Oh, that was a movie too.
Yeah. We'll get back to Delta Force in a minute.
Hasn't that been like 12 or 13 games called Delta Force over the years?
I'm not sure, but this one is it looks really good. I'm not.
I think I saw something about that. They were saying it's gonna be like the new Battlefield, right?
Pretty much. Yeah, kinda. But they actually have a huge Borderlands franchise sale going on Steam right now, like massive fucking sale. So you can buy the entire Borderlands Pandora box, which is 94% off for $37.12. Normally $664.
So if you have never played a Borderlands game before, buy it. It's worth it.
Massively worth it. Yes.
It is 100% worth it. Just know that the games after Borderlands 2 just drop off a fucking cliff.
I heard Tiny Tina's is really good.
So that whole thing,
I've never heard anything bad about that game.
So that game was just an extension of a DLC from Borderlands 2.
Okay.
So yes, it came out later on. It came out after the pre-sequel. It came out after Borderlands 3, but it is an extension of something from Borderlands 2. So I'm still going to, even though it's its own standalone thing.
I didn't mind Borderlands.
If you don't want to spend $40, Borderlands 1 Game of the Year Enhanced Edition, $9.89 right now. Borderlands 2,
soundtrack.
$5. Borderlands
best game
3,
in the series.
You think
Horrible.
Borderlands 2 is the best? Borderlands
Yes.
3, $5.99. The Handsome Collection, I'm not sure what's in that. I'm not going to click on it, but that's $15. And the Ultimate Edition for 3 is $25.
The Handsome Collection is the additional players, because you can actually get a bunch of additional playable characters in each of the games. So like Borderlands 2, there's actually one of the greatest things about Borderlands 2 is they had an entire build that was based on not having accuracy. It was called the girlfriend build.
Okay.
And the more you put, there's these stacks called anarchy stacks. The more anarchy stacks you had, the less accurate you got, but the more damage it did. And so you could get another thing that would bounce shots. And so you would put your girlfriend out there. It didn't matter where she was firing or what it was. They would just do random damage. And you know how we always pre-reload our magazines?
Yeah.
It benefits you from emptying the magazine and letting it auto-reload. So the entire build was based and built for people that don't ever play FPS. And then there was much more you could go into with it. So it was a lot of fun playing with like your little cousin or your girlfriend that's not very good at the game. You just let them run around with a controller, because the more rounds they waste, the better they play.
So what I recommend is Borderlands 1 I thought was amazing. I never played Borderlands 2. I own it. But Tiny Tina's Wonderland is the Chaotic Great Edition, normally $100, is 84% off at $16. I would buy 1, 2, and then Tiny Tina's if you're
going to buy those, just buy the collection, because you spend an extra $3 and you get everything.
What is it, Jim in the Box or something like that? Right? He bought the Halo series the last time we mentioned something like this.
Oh, he did.
I feel like he might get this if he doesn't have it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna snag Tiny Tina's, because but I want to play through 2 first before I play that. But right now it's such a huge discount.
And the good news is you can play it with friends. So
yeah, I think you can do up to 4 people. So that's super nice.
So now you don't have to. It's not going to be one of your solo games.
But Delta Force looks really good. It looks really clean. It's I've applied for the beta. I haven't gotten it yet. So with my
do you ever actually get into those things?
That's I got into fucking Once Human.
And you got into what was the Mini Royale?
Yeah, Mini Royale. I actually really liked that. I had a lot of fun playing that.
I still have it on my wish list. We'll see.
Maybe if you played longer than like 35 minutes in the beta,
I the refunds. I don't want them in the beta.
I played.
Yeah, right.
Refund the beta.
You guys, that's the fucking narrative is wrong, you guys. I played. I actually played that Mini Royale quite a bit. I feel like. Let me look at my time.
You played it a few times. I wouldn't say a lot.
I only played it 2.5 hours.
Yeah, not a lot.
No,
see, and that could have been a key that went to someone that actually wanted to play it.
No, it was only out for like 3 days.
2.5 hours in 3 days?
I feel like I played it more.
You've sat there staring blankly at your 3D printer
I feel like
for
I played
longer
it
than that.
But anyway, it was really good.
Install and download time does not count as time played.
It should. And then Arena Breakout.
If it did, you'd never be able to refund anything.
When does
you don't want that
come?
What? Breakout Infinite? I don't know.
Yeah, when does that come out?
Yes. I haven't even heard of it.
Arena Breakout Infinite? It's supposed to be the Tarkov killer.
It's supposed to come out like next week, I believe.
It's from Riot, if I remember, right?
Sure.
Okay, early access begins Monday, August 12th. So yeah, the podcast will be out.
See, there you go.
So
when this happens,
yeah, Monday.
Check your libraries.
It'll be Monday night, afternoon. So
whatever.
You know,
So by the
so tonight,
time they get off work,
tonight,
they can go try and download it.
But yeah, so that game, I really want to play that game. I don't know what it takes to get early access because in Steam, you can't do anything.
I had a code for it. I just never played it because I didn't want to play it solo.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
Solo dolo. After
Yeah.
talking about so many good things, one bad thing that's kind of coming up. So Bungie's CEO Pete Parsons. This happened, I think, just last week. He invited some employees over to look at his car collection.
Okay.
2 days before he laid them off.
Yep.
And if you look at his car, he has so many cars, and it's not like I've got like an Impala and a Malibu and
right.
He has like old-fashioned cars, like actual nice cars that cost a lot of money. And then he laid off 220 employees, or 17% of the Bungie studio workforce. And
what
then
has Bungie been working on these days?
Who knows?
Garbage ever since they lost Halo. They're
Pretty
garbage.
much.
And Destiny 1 was good, but Destiny 2,
I think one of the funniest things is if you look at his previous tweets, like one of his last tweets was about another layoff. So maybe stop and showing your employees your cars. And then
does Microsoft own them? Or no, I think that they left Microsoft and left Halo with Microsoft. I could be wrong. I think that's what happened. Because 343 took over Halo.
Sony owns Bungie.
That's right. Yeah, that's new.
That's why everything's fucking up right there. I mean, look at it. Look what Sony did with Helldivers.
Fuck you, Sony.
Yeah. Oh, Helldivers just got another like 2,100 downvotes after this last patch or this last update because they started nerfing a whole bunch of shit and overpowered a bunch of enemies and stuff like that, and it's just been horrible. It's gone into a huge downfall again.
Yeah.
Which I think pretty much now it's done. I've got to uninstall it, but I was waiting for the cape for forever. Still hasn't come out. I'm just done.
It's not
done waiting. Was hoping maybe this next one would have Xbox on it, but it doesn't. So uninstall. Done with it. Right. One good thing for you, because you know how you got like the off-brand Lian Lee fans?
Yes.
So Lian Lee is now making power supplies, but these power supplies have USB ports on them. So if you want to, usually your motherboard has like maybe 2 USB ports for like your fans and stuff like that, your coolants. This will have USB ports on the power supply itself, so you can directly connect like your fans, your external screens, your coolers, all that good stuff will go directly into the power supply.
I just bought a fucking new power supply.
But it'll be better for cable management. And,
will it
then
though?
You're not,
I don't think so.
I would feel like it would.
I'm gonna have to look into that because like my motherboard has tons of spots for fans, which having these Lian Lee like fans, I only have to use one port per 3 fans. So
yes.
And they're not USB, they just plug into the motherboard in fan slots. But my motherboard has like I could plug 2 more USB like things into it. So I don't know, my motherboard.
Well, a lot of people are using splits and stuff like that, which a lot of things don't work with. But
with
if you want a good, this is all.
These fans are fucking awesome. By the way, they work so good. So,
I mean, it's also supposed to be like for dual chambered PCs. So it's not
dual chambered PC.
It's a thing that we both have now with that extra cable management on the side of it. So you have the 2 chambers, you have the front and the back. That's what I was going to bring up for cable management, is that there is not really an area, unless you have a dual chambered PC, that is for cable management from the power supply.
Yeah.
Like you get the 1 or 2 things coming out of the power supply, and then you have to manage it everywhere else. I don't know how that would translate into having that room, because honestly, the power supply area isn't really all that big, especially if you're using a large power supply. So, and as far as the fans go, normally the fans are fine. It's the lights that you need the splitters for.
Yeah.
For the controls.
Well, the LGBs, a lot of things. Well, sometimes fans that have like the LGBs or the LED screens and stuff like that on them, those will usually connect kind of like that.
So like I actually have a controller in mine so that I can run a bunch of different whatever kind of cycles you want to do, whatever kind of designs you want to do with them. I can make the lights chase each other. And because of the controller, you can actually set them up into what number you want them to be. So if you want it to go from fan like 1 to 8 to 2 to 7 and have it bounce all over, you can.
So mine does all that through my motherboard utility. my MSI motherboard utility, or iQ. I can do it through that too. So I sent you guys. So that's my case is the NZXT H6 Flow mid tower case, and it's
Right.
got like 6 inches on the backside of the motherboard. It's insane, like so much fucking room back there. It's crazy.
It's so
So-
funny because I was trying to get him to get a case like that. He's like, I don't know, I don't like it. It's just it's
Dude.
not for me.
All
And
you
then
have to do is suggest something to him, listen to him, bitch for a little bit, and then boom, the next time you talk to him, he's bought it.
yes,
That's
100%.
you just plant
I
the seed,
fucking
and
love
CC
this
goes.
case.
So it's
I'm telling you,
it's just funny that he went with that one because he's such a Corsair fanboy that I'm surprised he didn't go with the Corsair one.
I do like Corsair, but all the Corsair ones that I looked at didn't have what I wanted exactly, right? They weren't exactly what I wanted, but also my buddy picked this up at Micro Center for like $40 open box, and it still had all the plastics on it. So yeah, of
There you
course,
go.
that's why I got it. So, yeah.
So
Well-
you had to get a shit case so that you could have more money for other bad financial decisions.
I do
Yes.
make a lot of bad financial
3D
decisions.
printers.
Yes.
How many 3D printers do you have right now that aren't working, that aren't doing anything?
One. He fixed one.
I
So
And
fixed
is it
one,
run,
so I
is
have
it is
two.
it running right now?
Not right now, no.
So you have 2 of them that aren't running and doing anything. They're collecting dust.
No, it's sitting once. So 2 are working, but I didn't have time before the podcast to start a print on both of them. So that's why we're.
It'll be printing here soon.
I rather would have had like an ounce of like, or a half ounce of silver as paperweights than that kind of shit. Would have been so much nicer than a 3D
Oh,
printer
maybe he can
paperweight.
make you one. We'll see.
Yeah,
I could make
print
you
me.
one. I could make
Print him a
Print
silver
me
one.
a solid silver paperweight.
I can. I
Is it
got,
like
I got
a
silver for
$10,000.
got
While we're
silver
talking about power supply, so the biggest problem with the Intel the Intel CPUs that were having issues.
Yeah.
Apparently, what was happening was the programming and stuff like that was sending out like the signal to the
Mhm.
relays was pushing too much power, causing
Yeah.
them to fail. Which
Yeah.
initially they said that when we talked about this before, they were saying, it shouldn't be a permanent damage. You should be able to be fine. Just replace the thermal paste.
It's absolute permanent damage.
Yes.
Permanent damage. Now they're saying that they're
They
going to
extended
extend
the
the
warranty
warranty for
2
the
years, right?
13 and 14. Yes, for the 13th and 14th gen.
For 2
Those
years.
have been expanded. However, if you bought it off of like Amazon or you bought a pre-built PC, you have to go back to the person you bought it from, like Amazon or whoever you bought the pre-built from.
Yeah.
They're not going to cover that,
Right.
which is kind of shitty.
kinda
And a lot of
shitty.
people started turning away from Intel, but I've been told that, other CPUs have had just as bad of a record and stuff like that. But
I mean,
Yeah, I guess it was killing like single cores at a time, and the cores are just
Yes.
never coming back.
yes,
Mhm.
that's what it's doing exactly. So I have a
Yep.
friend that's a super big fucking AMD fanboy, and he fucking was like, "Oh, you gotta get off that Intel shit because of this." I'm like, dude, you guys have had just as many problems. Like,
Yeah.
I just like Intel. I like it better. It runs cooler, in my opinion. It costs a little bit more money, but it runs cooler, and I think it runs a little bit better, in my opinion.
yeah, they were
But-
saying AMD has had more of an issue percentage wise than Intel has, but
it doesn't matter.
No.
It's just a preference thing. AMD's cheaper. It's gonna run hotter though, for sure.
Mhm.
It's gonna run hotter. But
So
yeah, I just
AMD,
like Intel.
my whole thing between the two has been, if on everyday normal use, Intel has it pretty much in spades. But if you are doing much more, like if you're doing a bunch of drafting or digital design or anything like that, then AMD, I guess, actually has the better equipment to be doing those types of things.
in my opinion, if you have an 8 gig AMD card, graphics card, and an AMD 8 gig Intel card right next to each other, I think that they will run basically the same.
Mhm.
Intel's programming is a little bit better in my opinion. I think that's where it has the upper hand. And again, it's going to run cooler than the AMD. It's just going to. That's when I was an AMD guy back in the day when dual core PCs were a thing, because I was poor and they were cheaper. And I was like, oh, it runs a little hotter. It can handle it. It's better. It can handle the heat. I don't give a shit. That's just because I was poor. Okay.
So you have a track record of liking things just for the sake of liking things.
Just because it was cheaper. Yeah.
so it's like Milwaukee versus DeWalt.
Well, the only reason I have DeWalt is because I got it for free. So.
Your friend from
yeah, my cousin.
Free, yeah. So yeah, it's going back to the Android Apple thing. I'll just wait for you to come over.
It's
fine.
not
It'll
gonna
eventually happen.
I promise
So-
it won't happen. If my phone
There's
fucking
a-
broke right now and you had like a brand new Android that I could borrow until I got my new iPhone, which
I'll go
like,
phoneless.
I would just use the iPhone 7 that's in here that the battery only lasts like 30 minutes on. I would just keep it plugged in.
Until
I'd go
you
phoneless.
got a free one given to you. You're like, well, you
No.
know, it was free.
No,
and,
I'm telling you right now, I
need
can't
to.
fucking do it.
I'll take that time. It's a sign from God to just go without a phone for a little bit, go without social media, and then wait for my new iPhone.
I can't go without a phone.
Dude, I wish I could.
I wish I could too.
I
But with
I'm
my
gonna-
job, I can't.
So next Friday, after our next recording, I'm going to Guatemala.
Ooh.
That's
So-
fucking awesome.
Pretty much gonna go without a phone. I mean, they do have Starlink there at the camp we're gonna be at, so I will be able to make calls and stuff at night. But during the day, I mean, I'm not gonna do anything. So
So you're going for work?
it's through work, but it's a mission trip. So
Is your wife going too?
no, she's staying with the
Oh, okay.
kids and the baby. Yeah,
Right on.
So are you going to be on Starlink from Guatemala doing the podcast?
I'll try. We'll see what happens. Yeah. No,
Oh,
I actually
God.
the day that the podcast is going is the day I'll be returning. So I'll be on a plane. I won't even be
it's
able
all
to
good.
jump on it all. So
It's all good. We'll
But
hold down the
I'll
fort.
be here next week, and then
I
after that-
will. I'm gonna get
Guatemala.
all the party favors and shit so that we can have a good time without Kai
idea.
here. So
So that's the week of the 22nd?
Yep.
Okay.
16th through the 22nd. I'll be gone.
All right.
Um,
Just so you know, Cece, you'll be coming out here, what, the 29th or the 30th? Are you leaving right after the podcast?
I'm gonna leave Friday right after work.
Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, he'll be out here. We might try to do something.
Sure,
You
we'll
know
do
what
something.
you know what you could take there?
What?
Well, they don't actually have a price or any. I don't think you can buy it yet, but it's called the Afila car. You could try and take that, and that
What the
is
fuck is that?
it's a fully electric car made by Sony and
Yeah.
Honda.
If I could afford an electric car, I would get a Tesla first of all.
Well, this is coming out new. This one, I bet this might even be more expensive than Tesla if you listen to all the features it's going to have. So
probably.
the bumper of it is a screen, right? You know, normally where like the symbol of whatever card is, the bumper's a screen. It's going to say Afila. Now, if you want, you can make it display the battery or a message that you want it to display. It's an LED, I don't know if it's LED, but it's a screen in the front bumper.
You know, it's
So-
actually the price on it, what they're saying is between 45 and 60. That's not
You can
nearly
buy-
as
you
high
can-
as I thought it
You
was
could
going to
buy
be.
a Model 3 for like 35 grand.
See?
But I'm just gonna drive the fucking Bugatti. So
They also have facial recognition to get into the car. So you don't have to use your thumbprint or anything like that. Facial recognition.
technology,
Which
dude.
will be shitty for people who live in like really cold winter areas. If you get snow and ice and stuff like that, you have to break off the ice on the camera and hope you don't break the camera. I know they have two like cameras in their rear view mirrors as well, so that way not only do you have the rear view mirrors, but it'll
all
in your
electric
display.
cars have that shit.
The whole dash is a display screen, right? So
Sounds
everything will be displayed.
expensive.
It sounds expensive. It sounds kind of
shit
sus
breaks.
because what's gonna happen if a cord is dislodged or your screen burns out or anything like that? You're gonna be so SOL.
Well, that's the same thing with like I heard a lot of people were having trouble with the Cybertruck not being able to go into reverse because you have to do it on the screen, or
Mm.
not be able to go to drive and reverse switch gears because you have to do it on the screen. So
Ooh, and then if the screen is broken,
yeah,
oh man, you'd
you
be so
pretty much
screwed.
can't fucking do anything.
The seats themselves have speakers in them, and you can get 360 spatial recognition audio or recognition 360 spatial audio with the speakers in the seats, and then on the screen, the main dash. And I'm hoping that you won't be able to do this while you're driving. Lord, I hope not. The display will allow you to play PlayStation games and Sony branded movies. So
Yeah, most
again,
of the time you can't do that shit while you're driving. Just like on the Tesla, I don't think you can
Right.
do any of that while you're driving.
There may or may not be ways to do. So a lot of those things are actually hooked up to the emergency brake. Like you actually have a plug that goes into the emergency brake, and there's a way to jailbreak or whatever you
Oh
want to
yeah,
call
yeah.
it.
There's
to
always a way around
bypass
it.
that.
Yeah.
Like
But
you
are
used to
they-
be able to install like a DVD player in your dash that would pop
Mhm.
out, and you had to like hook it up. I always wired that up so I could watch movies while I was driving. So,
But does it just sound like they want everyone to be distracted driving now with like all these bells, whistles, and RBG?
well, you don't need to
and
I'm
drive
hoping it's
anymore.
for when
Auto
you're, like,
driving's a
parked.
thing.
Yeah.
Auto
Well,
driving's
auto
a
driving.
thing.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's when they're parked. I don't know if this has auto drive. It does have two screens in the back though, in the back seats. And this is the video I showed you, Zeus, where the guy was like pretty much his knees were basically touching the
Mhm.
seat, and he says it's got plenty of leg room. Lie. Does not have a lot of leg room in the back, but it has two TVs in the back where people can play like PlayStation stuff like that. And then it also has machine learning AI, which can help you with driving in certain places, but also like if you go to a coffee shop every single day, it can suggest other coffee shops in the area that are similar to the one you go to. I don't
Episode.
know if it's like, oh, you go to Starbucks, here's Dunkin' Donuts. No idea. But
Yep.
that's just
I don't know. That sounds like it's just going to be a bunch of ads in my fucking car.
boy, I can't wait.
If you got
Dude,
an
I'm
Android
already
operating
annoyed.
system, you for sure it will be.
I don't know. Like
Anyway.
I don't really get ads on my phone for anything.
You switch over to an iPhone for a day, you'd be like, holy shit, there's a lot of ads on an Android.
Just when I'm playing mobile games, I don't see any other ads for anything.
I don't get
I
any ads on
did-
my mobile games.
I get sponsored links with on Instagram or things like that, but
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Me neither.
I don't know. Android
More
ads.
MrBeast drama.
What's MrBeast doing now?
Okay, so this one is more legit. This if these accusations are real, I'm not saying they aren't.
I think I've heard some of this.
This comes from one of the YouTubers. I think that was on like the MrBeast game that happened.
Yeah.
I think with like all the YouTubers and stuff like that. Some people are saying, by the way, that like it was all set up from the beginning for Logan to win. Like there was just things that were made obvious or whatever for him to win. But one of the YouTubers came out and they were saying, like it was like horrible conditions, 400 calorie meals every 12 hours, which I mean usually.
I think this is different. A different game because this isn't the
it
same
might be a
game
different game.
Logan won.
I'm just right. Well, I'm just saying for the Logan Paul game, right? People were just saying that's
Okay.
that was set up for him to win.
Okay.
But with this game, so they were apparently given 400 calorie meals every 12 hours.
Because this is supposed to be on Amazon Prime, correct? The one you're talking about now?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure where it's supposed to be. I mean, it could be. But it was leading people to like steal and fight over food. I don't know if they were stealing. I'm assuming they were stealing it from other people, and then they would just hoard it. And they weren't given the medications. Like a lot of players who had like maybe needed insulin shots and stuff like that weren't given the medication that they were supposed to be getting.
Yeah.
Especially in a timely manner. Female contestants, had to go without like their hygienic supplies for 2 days if they were.
Jesus.
It was that time.
but
Yeah.
what was the competition?
I don't know what it was. I have no idea.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I'm sorry if this is like a Survivor thing where they're on an island and last person to leave. I mean, unless feminine hygiene products are growing in coconut trees, you're probably not getting them.
I don't think that's what it was because they were talking about having to sleep on the stadium floor in like a $10 sleeping bag, and they'd only get like 3 or 4 hours of sleep and then have to go back to filming. So I don't think it was out in the wild and they were trying to survive off of snakes and fish. So I don't know. And then apparently while the cameras were away and it wasn't filming, men would like tackle and hit the women. I don't know how physically involved that kind of got. But as contestants who lost left, they were offered $1,000 to sign an NDA, so that way they sign away their rights to file a lawsuit. So
yeah, I've seen some stuff on TikTok about it. I mean, I just have a hard time believing that any of that shit would happen on a MrBeast thing because he's usually got it pretty well taken care of.
Unless it's just his brand, like it's just his name that's on it, and he didn't have a whole lot to do with the whole thing.
Yeah,
because he's off,
and I don't see that, and I don't see that happening either. But yeah, I see that they were. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff about. I just don't see MrBeast doing that. So yeah, I don't know.
I mean, there was also a lot of accusations with set up lotteries and stuff like that on previous Mr. Game. Like everyone who won a lottery. So if you liked and subscribed to his channels and stuff like that, you had a chance to win like a Tesla. And everybody who won those lotteries were actually like either employees of MrBeast or family of employees, and no one outside actually ever won.
I don't know. I don't believe any of that. I think everything he does is real. I really do. I don't think he fucks around because I think if it was fake, it would come out pretty quick that it was, in my opinion. But I don't know.
It might just be that those people have inside information on how they're doing something. So maybe the
guy was an employee, yeah.
Maybe the employees or whatever just happen to know which video they're going to take the random thing from. So you just have more things. And if you're able to do that, I mean, you can create however many accounts you want. I mean, you have to wonder how many of the accounts on Facebook or YouTube are just bots account people trying to win shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that was actually a way of living for a while. There are some people that actually make their living off of raffles. They just enter in all of the raffles and their winnings, they just sell. There was I forget what it was. I think it was like on TLC or the Discovery Channel. It was an entire documentary about this guy or these people that all they do all day long is just raffles. And so he'll come home to like 8 or 9 packages in the mail of shit he won. And he'll just completely wipe his computer every however long, however many like weeks or months because of all the malware that you get from it. And he has 600 or 700 email addresses. And so he'll spend 8 to 10 hours a day just doing raffles. He apparently won a Jaguar in one of the raffles. So that's like the car he never sold, but it just sits in his driveway.
309 million subscribers.
Say what?
309 million subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Just on his main page. I don't think he fakes shit. I don't know. That's me.
Honestly, like of the YouTube people out there that are the most genuine, MrBeast, Mark Roper, and PewDiePie.
And Mark Roper fucks with MrBeast.
Yes.
Mark Roper, I think, is the realest motherfucker on there. And if MrBeast was a fraud, I don't think he would fuck with him. But Beast Philanthropy, 25.9 million. Beast Gaming, 45 million. Beast Reacts, 34.4 million. And MrBeast 2, 45 million. That is in fucking sane.
You have to wonder, though, I mean, how many of those accounts are bot accounts at this point?
I mean,
good question.
Even if 10% of them, 30 million, that's to have 279 million. That's fucking insane. I would doubt it's not more than because think about it. Everybody follows MrBeast, right?
I don't think I do.
Really?
I think I'm one of those people that if you walked up and said, if you're following me, I'd be like, nope, I think I'm part of the 6% that doesn't.
I follow him on my account and the fucking Unqualified Gamers account, just in case I'm signed into that one and he walks up to me.
You're one of the people that has multiple accounts.
But I watch it on both accounts. I watch his shit on both accounts.
Right.
Parker pulls it up on 6 monitors.
I think I did follow him at one time because there's a story I was trying to follow of his or something like that, like the Squid Games or something. But I stopped following him after that.
All right, you've convinced me.
You gotta follow MrBeast.
Gonna go follow him.
I will go follow MrBeast.
Watch it change
to
310 million, on the dot as soon as he
here it is.
As soon as he follows it.
Subbed.
Wow, look at that. 310 million.
It did not switch to 310.
Did you ever see those ones on TikTok where people would follow and the number would change, and so they'd unfollow and follow and just keep doing that as the number would go up and down?
Well, they did that. Jinxie was gonna hit 6 million on Twitch or something, and he had it up on the screen and it was almost there, and then he would just lose 100,000, and then it would go back up, and they were fucking with it. It was great.
I've actually had people try doing that because I wanted to test it, and so I had a bunch of people unfollow and refollow, and the numbers did not change until the next day.
Oh, really?
There was no up-to-date analytics or anything like that.
So I don't know where they get that number.
I think that it's honestly just for clicks, because I mean we can do that whole thing. Granted, you'd probably have to redo perms or whatever it is if I did that with you.
Yeah.
But I can sit there and I can unfollow and refollow you repeatedly. There was a bug before that the unfollow wouldn't register, but the follow would. And so people could unfollow and refollow and just get like 15, 20,000 followers. And then that's what the number would show. And then it would just drop off like the next day during the reset.
I know
or whatever.
that if you were to come to my channel and unfollow me and then refollow me, it doesn't go back to your original follow date. Like when you click on it, you can see how long somebody's been following you. It doesn't go back to the original date. It goes to like right now is when they followed you. Because Royal unfollowed me a couple of times, and that's how it is on his and other people too. But anyway, we need to wrap it up, boys.
Okay. Well, we got a couple things. One, just a warning for people on Discord. Discord's game coming out. Apparently, I feel like this is a common known one, or it should be. There's people who hit you up and say that there's trouble with a possible ban with your account, and then they'll connect you to a Discord employee, and then they'll message you with like a link, and then or ask for your sign-in info. Don't do it.
Yeah, they will literally in everything that they say, they will never ask you for any of your information.
Nope.
Yeah.
Just
don't be one of those.
I don't even click on shit. I don't even if I don't know the person, I don't even open the fucking message because I'm so afraid of my Discord getting fucking hacked.
Yeah, I clean my Discord out, like I said, probably monthly. So all of those things. Dude, if I have so at one point in time, my little group friend wanted their own Discord, like each person wanted their own Discord. And so it would be the same 9 people in all these Discords, and they would have like one additional person. And they're just like, oh, well, I don't want to invite my mother's dog to this other Discord for whatever reason.
Right.
And I'm just, fuck it. I don't really care about your mother's dog. You're not going to post shit anyway. And so I leave all of them. And I mean, even right now, I'm in some Discords that only have like 30, 40 people. And those 40 people are all in like 2 or 3 of the other Discords that I'm in.
Yeah.
There's just no reason for it.
I need to do a mass leaving of Discords because I'm in like 700 of them. So
I'm not in that many.
Yeah, I'm in a fucking lot.
Like the crew. What the fuck am I doing in here?
Yeah,
who knows? Right. I feel like I know that Discord.
Like I made that Discord. Go on.
That's weird. Oh yeah. Atlantis live action. Apparently there was like a leaked preview of Atlantis, the live action movie that's supposed to be coming out somewhere in 2025. I don't know how 100% true it is. I mean, it looked true. It looked like they were in a movie theater and that the preview was leaked.
So is this the animated Atlantis that's now?
Oh yeah,
a live action version.
Yeah.
Fuck, I like that movie.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna be. I don't know. It's just what I saw.
Speaking of trash movies, Borderlands. I know we talked about how amazing the game is. Don't see the movie.
Oh,
is it bad?
It doesn't look good.
The problem is that whoever did the casting apparently never played the games, because I mean, CC, can you imagine Kevin Hart as Roland? You played the first game.
I just want to see Jack Black be Claptrap.
You don't see anything. It's just the voice.
Yeah, that's
and you should have just gotten the original voice actor to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you could have. Yeah.
Tiny Tina's too fucking old. Jamie Lee Curtis, I think, does play a good Tannis because that works.
Right.
But there's so many of the characters that they don't even include, and I'm just like, I don't know. I won't be seeing it. I'll watch it when it comes to streaming. But I'm not going to pay extra to go see it somewhere else.
Did you want to talk about Tarkov at all?
Just real quick about
we can
fuck up.
Go over it. Yeah, they basically it was getting close to wipe time. It was at the time where I'm asking Zeus like every couple of days if wipe has happened yet, which is there's a reset of your character. But apparently they accidentally just wiped everybody's shit.
So for those that don't know, Tarkov supposed to be every 6 months does a complete wipe because they want to keep the game fresh. They introduce a lot of new things.
And it actually works for the game.
It's really nice. The quest line that you're on completely resets. Your character go back to level 1. Your entire stash, all of your stuff gets completely emptied out. And the few days beforehand, they'll open up every item in the game for like 1 ruble. That way you can go out, have all the fun you want, you do whatever you want, and that's it. But then it wipes. So apparently what happened is some kind of a bug where everybody's stash, like all of the items that they'd collected over the past 9 months, because this has been the longest wipe ever, was just gone. And the people that didn't have like the larger stash space already bought through higher editions of the game, it reverted back. So if you played a standard, you have a standard account and you paid for the upgrades for your stash, it deleted all of them.
Damn.
So not only was your stash smaller, all of your stuff was gone, and you were just kind of stuck there. So CC said that he didn't have any issues with it. I didn't log in.
I logged in while we were like getting ready to start the podcast. Kai was finishing up the list. I logged in and checked it out.
But it's just another L for, Battle State Gaming. They don't need any more of them. They've been pretty fucked up over a while. I don't know if you guys covered it before, but the PvE mode is now a standalone. You can now buy that with a standard account as just its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to have an Edge of Darkness. You don't have to have the Unheard. You don't have to have whatever other edition they're going to come out with later. You can now buy it by itself, which is nice.
I don't have a problem with that. I think that every single thing that is released for the game needs to be in the Edge of Darkness edition.
Correct. And they're supposed to.
Yeah.
And they have so far.
Yeah.
But I think it's only because of how much backlash they got.
Yeah. Well,
now, if you bought the standard edition,
you still don't have the pocket spaces.
Yeah, that's just they're really teetering on that whole pay to win thing at this point. There is a quest line to do it, but that quest line is nuts. And,
right. I'm just saying. I think that everything should go. Even though I own the Unheard edition, like everything.
Well, you need every advantage you can get because you only play for 6 hours a wipe.
No, I'll probably play like 50 hours a wipe. I'd say 50.
Damn.
Yeah. Anyway, we need to wrap it up. Kai, do you want to wrap shit up here, man?
Yeah, I can absolutely wrap it up. Thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. The more comments, the more entries for those shirts. If we get subs up to 500 on YouTube, we'll do a 10 shirt giveaway and everybody can get a shirt. 10 shirts, even with a sticker. So definitely hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, let you know when we release an episode. We'll have a link tree in the description, but also we're going to be on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Rumble. Linktree will have the socials as well, which is we're on X, we're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Patreon, patreon.com/Unqualified Gamers Podcast. Yes. Yep. So feel free to give us a follow and some comments. And I mean, comments can be pointless, or you can let us know what you want us to talk about on the next episode so we can make sure to cover them.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody again for watching.